titled The Asian Madonna.
Florence Nightingale, Marie Curie, Mother Teresa, these are all powerful women who changed the world. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, tonight, since it's International Women's Day, I am going to talk about a powerful woman, the Asian Madonna. She might not have changed the world the same way as these three women. She certainly changed my world. I'm Scottish and I still identify as Chinese. This means I enjoy following the music from my homeland. Tonight's research and present topic will be based on the Asian Madonna. She is one of my biggest Hong Kong heroes. Why? Her main qualities immediately reminds me of how I have evolved, expanded and developed my main qualities since I began my life transformation back in 2011. Did you know that the Asian Madonna's legacy lives on because there was a movie released in Hong Kong last November? The information I'm sharing with you tonight were found on Wikipedia, YouTube Cantonese and Mandarin videos, plus their comments. The Asian Madonna was born in Mong Kok, Hong Kong on the 10th of October 1963. There's three main qualities I'm going to share with you tonight: her dedication to her fans, her creativity and her grit. I'm going to start with her creativity. Did you know that due to her poor family financial issues, Madonna, the Asian Madonna, Anita Mui, M-U-I, started singing at the tender age of 4. By the age of 7, she was earning a wage. So her career spanned through 3 decades, which means she needed to use her creativity in order to fully engage with her audience. During one of her performances, she did something similar to the Western Madonna. She came on stage with the cone-shaped bra, if you can remember. Bear in mind, back in those days in Hong Kong, it was a very conservative city. She was seen and considered crazy, wild, and unpredictable, something like our Scottish weather. She broke the bias. She broke the rules. And she broke everything that was considered ladylike. She did everything that her competitors did not do. This is how her career could span over 3 decades. Next, her grit. Not only was Anita a singer, she was a dancer, an artist, an entertainer, and an actor. She appeared in over 40 movies. Whenever she sang on stage, she would have a mic in one hand and a prop in the other. Sadly, one of her Cantonese songs, Why, tell me why, 沒有辦法做乖乖，我暗話我這晚變得太壞. It was considered a poor influence on the people of China, so therefore it was banned. This was soul destroying for Anita. What did she need to do? Get her blinkers on. Focus on the audience that were supporting her. She used all the grit she had developed during her career. And this was the early days. She was still young. So she knew she needed to use her grit, every ounce of it, to focus on the audience that were already supporting her to get her through this. She was criticised for getting tattoos, taking drugs, and being a poor influence because she was seen as the wild, crazy and unpredictable, whatever names she had been labelled with. Similar to me, hence why I am so drawn to Anita. Her grit is something that us can learn from, each and every one of us, not just women. Every one of us here can learn from her grit. She was poor. She found resources. She stepped onto every stage that was available to her so that she could earn a living for her survival. Lastly, her dedication to her fans. Unfortunately, Anita was diagnosed with cervical cancer that took her sister Anne's life. She publicly announced this in September 2003. By November, Anita was going through the toughest stages of her battle with cancer. She held a concert over 8 nights. She needed the strongest painkiller. So she asked her doctor, "Give me the strongest painkiller you have by injection." A boy band called Grasshopper, which Anita had mentored, mentioned in an interview that I watched on YouTube. As soon as Anita stepped onto the stage, she was alive. You couldn't see that she was fighting cancer at the later stages. As soon as she stepped off, you could tell she was exhausted. During the last scenes of her performance in this, what was to be her last concert before she passed away, she revealed to her audience, "I regret not getting married. It is one of my biggest regrets." She wore a wedding dress with a big veil. "I've married you, my fans, my audience, and I've married this stage." Then she walked off. Sadly, on the 30th of December 2003, Anita passed away due to complications to her respiratory system. I adore this woman because of her grit. I've learnt so much from her. And in particular, embrace change. Keep up with the times. Use every ounce of your grit, especially during these challenging times, to get you through each and every day. So, to round off, I hope I've given you enough information tonight to inspire you to check out Canto Pop. And if you do, I suggest that you check out Anita Mui, M-U-I. You might learn something valuable from her legacy that's been left behind. Fellow Toastmasters, Toastmaster of the evening.